A deaf lady named Kyung-mi is going about her normal business when a serial killer named Do-shik breaks into her house. Because she can't hear his footsteps or any sound he's making, she's unaware that anyone is in the house. After walking around a while, Do-shik brings out his axe and decides that it's time to kill her. A few nights earlier, a lady works overtime at work, so she finds it hard to get a cab to take her home. She then begins to gradually walk home when Do-shik suddenly shows up and offers to give her a lift in his van. The lady says she's not interested because he's a stranger, but he still keeps his offer. She then rejects it again and starts walking away. However, she suddenly hears someone calling for help behind her. She looks back and sees that it's coming from Do-shik's van. Surprisingly, the van's door is now open, but Do-shik is no longer inside. This gets her worried because she's still hearing someone's call for help. As she goes closer and checks the van, she sees a helpless man inside. Before she realizes what's going on, Do-shik then grabs her and forcefully pushes her into the van. She screams for help, but no one is around to hear her. Shortly after, Do-shik calls the police to come to the scene because he just saw something scary. As the policemen arrive, Do-shik says he was just walking by when he saw a dead body in the corner. The policemen head to the corner to check, and there they find the dead bodies of a lady and another man. As the policemen look shocked and wonder what must have happened, Do-shik smiles because his mission is accomplished. It turns out that he's a serial killer who dumps his victims' bodies around a corner and calls the police afterwards while pretending to be an innocent passerby. The next day, a lady named So-young is about to leave home for a blind date. Her brother, Jong-tak, doesn't like what she's wearing, so he gets her to change it. So-jung is unhappy about this, but she doesn't disobey her brother. Shortly after, he allows her to leave, but warns her not to return late. Elsewhere, a deaf lady named Kyung-mi is working in the sign language section of a customer call center. After attending to a few customers, she texts her mom during her break and suggests going to a place called Jeju Island. Her mom, who is also deaf, agrees to the idea and looks excited about it. Just then, Kyung-mi's boss comes in to meet all the workers and asks someone to volunteer to join their investors for dinner later that day. While most of them complain about it, Kyung-mi happens to be a good lip reader, so she figures out what's going on. She then types a message on her phone to tell her boss that she'd be interested in going to the dinner meeting. Even though the woman doesn't think it's a good idea because Kyung-mi is deaf, she eventually agrees to let her go. Elsewhere, Kyung-mi's mom gets paid at work and looks excited about it. Her co-worker spots her excitement and asks what's going on. Kyung-mi's mom then mentions that she's going to Jeju Island with her daughter. Even though she communicates in sign language, her co-workers understand and look happy for her. Meanwhile, Jong-tak has sent several messages to his sister, but she's not responding, and this gets him worried. Much later, after Kyung-mi leaves the investor meeting, she goes to pick up her mom from work. Shortly after, they head toward a quiet part of town to buy something before going home. While her mom gets down to buy what she wants quickly, Kyung-mi takes her car into the garage. Kyung-mi's mom appears to be the only one walking on the road, but unfortunately, Do-shik is not too far away. He sees her and immediately realizes that she's an easy target, so he decides to go after her. As he's then running toward her so he can stab her, So-jung shows up from nowhere. She appears to be on the phone with her brother, who she tells that she's almost home. Do-shik is unable to do anything to Kyung-mi's mom, but So-jung now becomes his target. Before she can quickly get past the street, Do-shik knocks her down and gets her unconscious. While this is happening, Kyung-mi's mom is walking on the opposite side of the road, but she doesn't know what happened. Meanwhile, Jong-tak decides to go out to find his sister because her number is no longer going through. As he's running on the road, he bumps into Kyung-mi's mom. He says sorry and asks if she has seen any lady around, but when he can't understand her, he discovers that she's deaf. He then says sorry again and continues his search for his sister. While Do-shik is looking for one of his sharp knives, he sees Kyung-mi walking nearby. She then suddenly stops when she sees someone throw a white shoe on the road. Kyung-mi wonders what's happening, but as she contemplates what to do, she sees a second shoe. Kyung-mi then walks into the corner where the shoe came from and sees So-jung bleeding. Even though she doesn't understand what So-jung is saying at first, Kyung-mi reads her lips and figures out that she's asking for help. Before she can do anything though, Do-shik shows up and knocks Kyung-mi down with an axe. He's also hard to recognize now because he's wearing a cap and a mask as he's about to kill her, so Jung pushes him away, and with this, Kyung-mi is able to escape. Immediately, she leaves the corner. She sees her mom on the opposite side of the road, so she decides to run in the other direction so that Do-shik won't see her. He then starts chasing Kyung-mi, but she appears to be really fast. She eventually runs into the garage to hide, but as she tries to unlock a gate, the sound gives up her hiding spot. Just as Do-shik is about to get her, she manages to escape and find her car. However, as she enters, Do-shik is already inside with her, and he realizes that Kyung-mi wants to pick up her mom. After he threatens to kill Kyung-mi if she doesn't lead him to her mom, she drives really fast and suddenly hits the brakes so she can escape. He runs after her again, but this time he trips, so she's able to find her mother and also hit a security alarm to alert the police that she needs help. Do-shik sees this and immediately goes into his van to change his clothes. While Kyung-mi then tries to explain what she saw to her mom, he appears to them with a bag in his hand while saying he's looking for his sister. With the way Kyung-mi responds, he realizes that she and her mother are deaf, so he looks relieved because it would be easy to kill them. Kyung-mi then asks if he has seen any man wearing a cap and a mask. Do-shik says he did, but that the man went the other way. He then tells her to show him where his sister is. As Kyung-mi is about to follow him, her mom stops her, saying she's not really sure about it. She eventually says she'll follow her daughter, and as they get away from the security light, Do-shik prepares to kill them. However, before he can do anything, a police car arrives. Kyung-mi and her mom quickly run toward it to inform the policeman about what happened. Do-shik also continues to pretend like the victim was his sister, but as they check where Kyung-mi says she saw the girl, they find nothing. She sounds so sure about it and tells the policeman to check the CCTV. They do this, but also discover that someone changed the direction earlier in the day. With this, Kyung-mi and her mom are taken to the police station to get their statements. While Kyung-mi is giving her statement, Do-shik interrupts when the policeman asks about the suspect. The policeman then tells him that it's a wrong thing to do. A drunk man also in detention gets angry at this act and tries to beat up Do-shik. However, he's stopped by the policeman around. Shortly after, Do-shik secretly insults the man, and this triggers him to start fighting. Do-shik pretends to be innocent, and while the policemen are trying to get the drunk man away, Kyung-mi's mom sees a phone on the floor. As she checks it, she sees So-jung's picture as the wallpaper, and this leaves her shocked. Do-shik immediately gets the phone from her and says it's his own. As he then checks Kyung-mi's statement, with both policemen already outside with the drunk man, he sees her address and looks at her other details. While he's doing this, Kyung-mi's mom tells her daughter about the phone and how suspicious she is of Do-shik. However, Kyung-mi thinks there's nothing to worry about. Do-shik sees them communicating and asks what they're talking about, but Kyung-mi says nothing. He still insists and then tries to scare Kyung-mi's mom into telling him, but before he picks his knife from his bag, Jong-tak comes in with a policeman who he tells about his missing sister. Do-shik looks nervous because Jong-tak gives a description that matches what Kyung-mi gave earlier. As Jong-tak also shows her a picture, Kyung-mi confirms that she was the victim in the corner. The drunk man enters again to attack Do-shik, but the policemen drag him out. As Kyung-mi continues to identify So-jung, her mom tries to tell her about Do-shik, but he stops her. He then shows her his bag and picks out a knife to attack Jong-tak. Luckily, Jong-tak dodges the attack, and the two men start fighting with Kyung-mi and her mom running outside. Jong-tak appears to be the stronger one, and as he's beating up Do-shik, he asks for his sister's whereabouts. Do-shik makes a joke about it, and this gets Jong-tak angrier. Before he can do anything though, the policemen come back in, only to see Jong-tak about to stab Do-shik. They think he's at fault, and even though he tries to explain otherwise, they use a taser to shock him. With this, Do-shik is then able to leave. As he gets outside, he sees Kyung-mi and her mom, but before he gets closer, a policeman shows up to check if he's okay. Kyung-mi tries to tell the policeman that Do-shik is dangerous, but he doesn't understand. A while after he leaves, though, the policemen realize that Do-shik is a criminal. They then apologize to Jong-tak, who laments at how they failed to listen to him. The policemen eventually take Kyung-mi and her mother home, with Jong-tak also joining the officers on patrol as he tries to find his sister. Shortly after, the sound detection lights in the house start blinking. Kyung-mi and her mom look scared because they see that there's someone trying to unlock the door. However, when they open it, It turns out to be Kyung-mi's mom's co-worker who has come to get her so they can leave to complete their work. With this, Kyung-mi is left alone in the house. As she settles in, Do-shik breaks in and discreetly moves around the house. He also watches Kyung-mi when she picks up Jong-tak's card and texts him to ask if he has found his sister. After a while, Do-shik then picks up his axe, but as he's about to strike her with it, Kyung-mi realizes that he's in the house. She locks herself in a room and quickly texts Jong-tak to return to her house because Do-shik is there. Jong-tak sees this and eventually starts running back to her house. Meanwhile, Do-shik starts using his axe to break through the door, so Kyung-mi has no choice but to jump out of the window. He catches her before she falls, but she eventually breaks free. Following this, she starts running away from him while he chases her. Jong-tak also sees them and immediately runs after them. Meanwhile, Kyung-mi reaches a dead end and has nowhere else to run to. Before Do-shik can do anything, Jong-tak shows up and asks for his sister. Do-shik then says that he'll give up So-jung's location only if he's allowed to keep Kyung-mi in return. Even though he hesitates initially, Jong-tak agrees to this offer, and Kyung-mi looks disappointed. Do-shik then sends Jong-tak to his sister's location so he can leave. Unfortunately, it turns out to be Kyung-mi's house, and Jong-tak realizes that Do-shik played him. Before leaving the house, though, he sees Kyung-mi's mom, who wonders where her daughter is. Elsewhere, Kyung-mi pours sand into Do-shik's eyes to escape from him again. With this, she keeps running until she sees So-jung falling out of Do-shik's van. So-jung asks her for help, and even though she's also in danger, Kyung-mi picks her up and they both hide in a corner. As Do-shik is passing, he sees blood on the floor around his van and figures out that So-jung has escaped. Because she couldn't have gone too far, he decides to check around. Seeing as he could soon find them, Kyung-mi offers to sacrifice herself so that Do-shik won't hurt So-jung anymore. She hands over her phone to So-jung and tells her to call her brother for help. Kyung-mi also collects a small knife from So-jung, after which she goes out to confront Do-shik. Immediately, he sees her. He starts chasing her again until she gets to the city center, where there are a lot of cars. Kyung-mi initially struggles to get past the road, but eventually runs away and ends up in a place filled with people. Elsewhere, So-jung calls her brother while he's with Kyung-mi's mom. She tells him where she is, and after she gets help from emergency services, he arrives and looks happy to see her alive. Kyung-mi's mom then asks where her daughter is. So-jung says Kyung-mi saved her life by luring Do-shik away, and that they're likely in the city center already. Even though Jong-tak tries to stop Kyung-mi's mom from leaving alone, she doesn't listen to him. Meanwhile, Kyung-mi tries to get people to help her, but no one does. As Jong-tak then comes closer, she brings out her knife and leaves everyone around scared. She tries to explain that she's not trying to harm anyone, but no one can understand her. Someone then tries to call the police, but Do-shik stops him and lies to the crowd that Kyung-mi is his sister and she's not too well. Seeing as she can't understand what's going on, Kyung-mi runs away. However, she is caught by some soldiers who take her back to meet Do-shik because they believe he's her brother. They also hand over the knife, and Do-shik thanks them. After they leave, Kyung-mi then begs him not to kill her because she still wants to live life to the fullest. She also mentions that she wants to get married and have kids one day. Despite this, Do-shik doesn't seem to care because he doesn't understand sign language. He takes her to a corner nearby, but before he kills her, Jong-tak shows up and attacks him. They then fight for a while until Jong-tak overpowers Do-shik. Jong-tak checks if Kyung-mi is alright and tells her that her mom is also around, but he doesn't know where she is. As he's talking, Do-shik stands up and attacks him from behind. Even though he gets beaten badly, Jong-tak still stands up for Kyung-mi. With this, Do-shik says he doesn't need to worry about her anymore when he could just look for her mom. He runs away and starts looking for Kyung-mi's mom, with Jong-tak and Kyung-mi also running away to ensure he doesn't find her first. Unfortunately, he finds her first, and she has no choice but to beg him. He doesn't seem to care, so he tells her to move to a nearby corner. Kyung-mi sees them from afar and immediately runs to meet him with his knife in her hand. She appears to stab him, but he says he's not hurt. He then says he always knew she couldn't handle a knife. However, it turns out that Kyung-mi stabbed herself, and now she has put the knife in his hand so that people will believe he did it. He looks shocked by this, but as he tries to explain that he didn't stab her, no one listens. Some policemen soon arrive at the scene and tell him to drop the knife. However, he's not ready to give up yet, so he stabs one of the men. He also looks really angry and tells Kyung-mi that he'll still kill her. As he charges towards her though, he gets shot. He still doesn't back down, and as Kyung-mi says he deserves what's happening, he runs toward her, and this forces the policeman to shoot him repeatedly. Before he can go any further, Jong-tak shows up and knocks him down, with everyone then watching him die. With this, Kyung-mi and her mom look relieved. Days later, they go to Jeju Island and enjoy a good time at the beach. Not long after, Jong-tak and So-jung also join them. As they then look happy together, Jong-tak says they need to take a picture. Following this, they pose together and get someone to take the picture.